Hello, just a little video. Um, I actually shouldn't make the video now because I'm actually a little bit warmed up now for these buses. But on the other hand, it will give you reality. Sometimes things are going good and sometimes not. So we just came now from a festival in Raleigh town. And when we came to the bus stop, the the map is saying the bus is coming, let's say, for in 10 minutes. 10 minutes come and it go, no bus. And it's even show on the map the bus went past us, but there was no bus. And it's about an hour later now. In the meantime, we started to walk. I even called the bus station, the dispatch, that they can tell me, is the bus coming? The woman tell me, no, in 2 minutes it's gonna be there. 2 minutes came, it go. After 20 minutes, I call again. Now the bus should have, it went there, past there. It should be now in 15 minutes. I say, I don't know. 15 minutes come, no bus. So we started to walk to another bus stop where we think we're going to pick up a bus now. That is the nice thing about the buses. If you don't find the buses, just get on a bus. That bus will somewhere eventually end at one kind of station. It doesn't matter if it's now, there's a few stations here in Raleigh, 3 if I'm correct. And also you can talk to the bus drivers. Most of them are very nice. So yeah, now this video was not about the bus. It was about the comments I had on the burglar arm, that arm to stop the door. I actually want to talk about it, but I wanted Eileen with us. But now she must look for the bus. You will see. There she is. She must make sure the bus doesn't leave me while I'm recording here. And what I want to say is, it is like what I said in the video. In most areas, you do not need some kind of security. But if you have that instance in you, that is why there is stuff like that. But you really don't need it. And maybe if you are, let's say, the 1% who is in a bad place, then it can help. But I want to tell you our experience. That's what this video is about. When we landed in Washington, D.C., we landed there. We landed late the Friday. So it was too late to fly out to our places. So that's why we started at the hotel. If you go watch my very first video, you will see the hotel. So we stayed over in that hotel. So we get to bed after that long flight. We get to bed in around 12 o'clock. We were in bed, we were sleeping. And about 3 o'clock that morning, a noise is making us wake us up. And we were lekker deur die mik because we were tired. Then it was Eileen's phone who was ringing from South Africa. We were so surprised that the call came through. I still don't understand it. Maybe it was on roaming or something. But that is what happened. And then during that morning, let's say about 10, 11 in the morning, we heard one commotion and we all go out and we saw at the hotel, the building next to us, big smoke is coming up and we just see how the police is coming in and the ambulances and the fire brigade. They all rush in there and we want to go look. You know me, I want to go. I want to see what's going on. And as I want to go, there was one agency guy from Afghan who was stopping us. Wow, you cannot go there, you cannot go there. ISIS is there, ISIS is there. And we didn't understand because we know we are legal in the country. So he explained, he said, no, they don't worry. If you cannot show all your documents, they will put you in jail and then we have to struggle to get you out there. So we were gehoorzaam. I cannot remember gehoorzaam now. We were gehoorzaam and we listened to him. So anyway, we on the end, what happened there is there was 3 panel vans that was parked on the other side of that building. The one, it seems like there was maybe batteries or something in it, but it exploded. And then it let the other 2 vans also burn and their cargo also exploded. And that's what happened with that bombs and stuff, or the sound. Now, that can push your nerves up because you came to America and you are told it's safe here. And then things happen like that on the first day. So, but anyway, we were quite calm because we saw all the police is there and the brandweer and all that people that were there. Now everything cleared up that night. Again, when we were sleeping, we hear a big noise is making us wake us up, and we are dairy muck because of still tiredness and jet lag. And I tell Eileen, hey man, switch off your phone, man, put it off completely. He say, it's not my phone. Now we look, maybe it's the aircon. Go to the aircon where the aircon is set. Feel. This noise is not coming from here. Feel, I feel, yeah. The vibration is in the walls. And as I follow the vibrations, I come to the front door. And I say, no, this is in the wall here by the front door. So as I opened the door, remember it was snowing. I had my short night pants on, and luckily I had a t-shirt on at least. And when I opened the door and I look out and I look in the passage, down the passage, I just see the fire alarm lights and the alarms is going on. So it was the fire alarm for the whole place. So I went out like that into that snow. Go out, look, what is going on? What is going on? And then we see how the fire brigade come in. And I saw some other South Africans who's also coming out to come see in their shorts. They come out to see what is going on. And so on the end of the day it was right on top of our flat. There was a boiler that had a short and made some smoke. And that is why all the commotion was because of that. And again, the response of the fire brigade, the police, and the ambulances. That is why I say that was our first experience. Although we had the scary moments, we saw how the response was of those 3 departments. And that is actually what I wanted to tell you about this. And like I say, the other day, I forgot to, we were in a hurry. We have to go to the bus. And I must finish up also. No, I still have enough time. We must hurry up. I'm a little bit late to find the bus. 10, 12 minutes away what we have to walk before we get to that bus. And I was locking up and I go. And when we came back late that afternoon, when we walked to the door, here is that key with the little red band. I'm sure you saw it in the videos. Here it was proudly hanging in the lock for us. So I left it just there. And I didn't even lock the door. I wanted to lock the door. But yeah, what happened in my head on that time, not even me, I know. It was just a rush to go to the bus. So that is something I can tell you. When something goes wrong, most of the times, if you forget something or you do something wrong, it is because you were distracted. And most of the time it was because of the bus. You have to be at the bus stop, or here is the bus coming and you must quickly get into the bus. Then it is when you start forgetting things and when you leave things behind. So yeah, I hope this was just a little video. Okay, I put up there a little talk video, and hopefully they're not gonna lie again and say the bus is gonna come now in 3 minutes. But like I say, the bus system is not reliable if you must go to work, or if you have an appointment or what. If you go do groceries, it's not a problem because you have lots of time and nothing. If the one bus misses you, the following one will come. It just depends when it will come. So yeah, and let me get you to Eileen. Let she just say for you goodbye. Okay, where are you? There you. Okay, bye bye. I hope this video helped you a bit. Right, here we are still on the bus. I have to continue this video because it seems like it's because we didn't go to church today, because it's Sunday today. Now everything is going wrong. So I got on the bus there where I talked to you last time, and then we go with the bus. And where the guy had to, on a kind of a highway, he had to turn off to make a loop in our neighborhood. There was a bicycle coming and there was some construction codes, and it seems like it was too much for this driver, because he must have been a new one, and he carried on straight. So we went on to the other highway.
And we are still on the bus.
Now we are still on, because now we must go the whole loop again. With the bus loop, what he's doing, this trip, he's around and then he can drop us. So yeah, and I cannot remember that I tell you, I got new information why the bus. Yeah, because we are now on another bus. Yeah, here we at the drop off where we got onto this bus. So now we start again from the beginning. We're gonna go, but at least we are sitting in a climate control bus. We are sitting, we're not walking, and we're not in the heat. I must say, talk about the heat. So far, we are really very happy about the climate here. But yeah, it's not summer yet. The summer is on its way. What I want to say is, they say the reason there was a delay with the buses was because there was an accident. I talked to the bus driver. There was an accident, and that is why all the delays happened. My question is, yes, if it's a first world country, why couldn't dispatch didn't tell me that? But anyway, what I can say is everything is not perfect yet, but it's way, way better than where we come from, for sure. Things are working here. So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. I hope you enjoy it with us, although we didn't. We kind of enjoy it, but not really.
We are tired.
We are tired. We want to get to our little place now. Our wooden house, don't forget that. With no security. At least we got the doorknob we can lock. But anyway, go good, and thank you for watching. And have a nice week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.